I think it might. I don't know if it's live. Okay, I'm live. All right. Hi, guys. Um, I was inspired by a conversation I was having with a coaching client today, and I wanted to kind of talk through some of the general things that came up because I think it's really useful. And I don't think a lot of therapists think about this piece of being a business owner and how it collides with the clinical. So we are both business owners and therapists. And the reality is that our identity as a business owner and our identity as a therapist are going to collide. And sometimes the decisions that we make in our business are going to seem at odds with the things that our clients might need or that we are already giving our clients. And this is where they collide in a way that can create dissonance for therapists. And so often the therapists that I've worked with, they lean so heavily into the clinical that they end up making a lot of sacrifices in their business, a lot of crossing their own boundaries in their business to facilitate what they believe is clinically appropriate for clients. And now I want to just clarify that I'm not talking about doing harm or doing things that would be against your ethical guidelines in for your profession. Not at all. It's not what I'm saying here. What I mean is that when we are making decisions about our business, let's say that we are choosing to get off an insurance panel or we're choosing to increase our fees, that is going to have an impact on our clients, right? We may have a client who maybe they have a long rapport with us. Maybe they have a difficult time making relationships. Maybe they have struggled to connect with other therapists. Maybe they tend to be often in crisis. And so we feel this pull to maybe stay on that insurance panel just a little bit longer to get them out of crisis or to get them past this next hump in their life. But we realize that with that particular client, for example, maybe it's been one hump after another, one crisis after another, and it doesn't seem, while they seem to be improving, every time there's a shakeup, they go into crisis. And so you're anticipating that, oh, if I increase their fee or if I get off their insurance panel, they're going to go into crisis. So I can't do that. I have to stabilize them first, right? I have to do this. I have to do that. I can't do that yet. I can't do this yet in my business, even though let's say that you're struggling financially, let's say that you are overbooked, let's say that there are things in your business and in your life that are pushing you towards these changes where you're saying, I'm ready for this, I need this, I have a need that is telling me I need to create a boundary in my business, and that boundary has an impact on my clients. And so this again is where the business and the clinical collide. We can put on our business hat and we can think about, okay, clinical totally aside, what would I do from a business standpoint? Okay, now I'm going to put that hat down and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look at clinically speaking. I'm going to put my business hat down and I'm going to say clinically, what would I do over here? And now I need to take the two and I need to put them together and see where they fit, right? So I've some of the solutions I've seen to give it sort of a more tangible aspect is, let's say you're leaving an insurance panel and you have a particular client that you actually really want to keep working with, and but you also need to get off the insurance panel. You can propose a single case agreement. That is a possible outcome, right? You can taper with them. You can do a sliding scale. There's a lot of different ways to solve the problem of business wise, I need to do this thing. Clinically wise, I want to do this thing, or I need to do this thing. Where do they meet, right? In some cases, it might not be the answer you want, right? It might not be the answer the client likes. But as my coaching client so eloquently said back to me, that you can be in a relationship with somebody, they can have needs that are incongruent with what you want or need from them. And that doesn't mean that you can't still have a good working relationship. And so if your needs for your business and the changes that you need to make are at odds or incongruent with the needs that your client has, then you can bring that to therapy. You can bring that to the room. And I think some therapists are hesitant to do that because they're like, well, bringing the problem. And I'm like, yeah, but how clinically relevant is this to that client? For some of your clients, this might be the first and only time that they've ever been able to talk about that kind of change in a relationship, a change of boundaries, a change of expectations, a renegotiation of the boundaries in a relationship, right? And so, yes, while you're bringing it because you're making a change to your business, you're also bringing something that's therapeutic to them because maybe that's what they need for their therapy, right? So when you're thinking about making changes in your business and you're worried about the clinical aspect of this, I really want you to think about, like, okay, from a business standpoint, what do I need to do? business hat only. From a clinical standpoint, what feels good, and then where do they meet? And thinking about it from that perspective can help you look at how your business stuff can actually become a therapeutic content that would actually benefit the client. So that's my thoughts for today on this lovely Friday afternoon. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone.